Heavy footsteps on the stairs out of the catacomb and into the cathedral above us. I walked to my father's resting place and ran my hand over the smooth marble, my fingers tracing the lines of our family crest. One by one, I erased the items off my bucket list and tucked them away to the furthest corner of my mind. My hopes of a career, a family that wasn't in the public eye, a wife who wanted me for my heart and not the title behind my name, or because she'd been told it was her legal obligation. I scraped together every selfish thought I could find and buried them there with my father. From now on, my personal wants and needs didn't matter. "I will make you proud," my voice echoed through the stone structures. Then I opened my eyes, stood tall and straightened my tie before turning on my heel to embrace the future I wanted no part in. I was Alexander Gabriel Edward Wyndham IV, and within the next year I would be crowned the next King of Elleston and her 60 million people. Fuck my life. Xander. 6 months later. "Alexander, I need to talk to you," Mother hissed in my ear with a smile as she waved to the dignitary from France. Our suite of the palace was packed to the brim with foreign dignitaries. The cocktail party had been her idea, a way to see everyone in New York City in one event. "Of course," I said, mirroring her smile. "Did you see that Nikolai is here?" I nodded toward the Prime Minister of Genovia. He'd gone toe-to-toe with Damien, our Prime Minister, more than once. Of course, Damien hadn't given an inch. That man had zero moral flexibility. "Don't let that tux fool you. He's a shark under that Armani." Her voice was smooth and still sharp, which pretty much described Mum to a T. "Let's find somewhere private." I cringed but walked her toward the private office. She'd been trying to get me alone all day after she'd heard my address to the United Nations this morning. Maybe I'd gone off on refugee status and humane treatment by EU nations. Maybe it had been too much, or not enough. I opened the door to the office and led my mother in by the small of her back. She was more than a head shorter than my 6'4", but damn if she didn't tower over me when she was pissed. And right now, the woman was livid. I looked out across the crowd to see Charlotte raise her hand with a small smile. Of course, Mum had made sure Charlotte and her father had been invited to the party. As a duke in our country, he had every right to be here, but I knew her purpose in New York City was for me, not the UN. I gave Charlotte a small smile and a nod, then rolled my eyes at my brother, who stood by her side, giving me the "God have mercy on your soul" grimace as Mum entered the office ahead of me. Mum's smile stayed in place until I closed the door, then promptly fell to a disapproving scowl. "Alexander," she sighed. Her fingers rubbed the small stretch of skin between her eyes. "Mother," I answered, leaning back against the door, "are you enjoying your trip? I thought 2 weeks here might be a little much, but it's a welcome break from the monotony of Elleston, isn't it?" Any topic of conversation was preferable to what she was going to throw at me. Her sharp blue eyes could have cut a hole through my head. I missed her smile. The one she had before Dad died. The one she shared with Jameson, ever the rogue with his dark, constantly messed up hair. Mine was always respectably tamed. Though we were identical, it was as if our styles had taken on aspects of our personality, mine always within the limits of propriety, and Jameson's as wild as he was. And though our mother expected me to be the epitome of every etiquette class, she loved Jameson more for that wildness he was allowed to keep. "Enough. Alexander, it's been almost 6 months since your father passed. I'm well aware. And though I don't mind being Queen Regent, you can't be crowned until you're married. That's clear in our Constitution, which is clearly outdated. That's not up for debate. The women must stop. Charlotte knows what's expected of her, and it's not like you two don't get along fabulously. As friends," I said softly, "and it's not like I have women in and out of the palace like Jameson does. I liked women. Hell, I loved women. I just had more respect for them than allowing anyone I spent the night with to be the subject of tabloid speculation. There was such a thing as